Good evening, Map here, Map Investments, bringing you another video tonight. So today we had the Fed, Jerome Powell, that went ahead with their quarter rate hike to show face. So yeah, they tightened, and it says here, and some of the headlines here in CNBC: financial conditions are tightening after SVB collapse. Powell says. This was 3 hours ago. Fed recap, all the market moving comments from the Fed Chair Powell after rate hike. Coinbase warned by SEC of potential securities charges. I was getting killed. Well, not killed. I mean, because I have defined risk trades, but I have an iron condor in Coinbase. I had sold I want to say it was the 70, let me see. It was see what I got in Coinbase. Options, 30 days out. I had the 75.80 call spread and the 30.25 put spread. I mean, this stock got destroyed, and after hours they opened an SEC case. So now it's looking better in the middle of the range, and I got a pretty good premium on it. I thought it was range bound, and the IV was pretty high, so I did an iron condor, which is a range bound trade, and when volatility is high, you're able to spread out further out, and that's why I did that trade. We have Asia. We have the ASX 200 down almost 0.75%. Nikkei down over 0.5%. Kospi down 0.25%. Let's see what China's doing. Shanghai is... Where is Shanghai? Where are you, Shanghai? Don't see you. The Hang Seng is up a little bit. Hang Seng, and then... Where is China? Shanghai. They're down very small. Back to news. So yeah, the Dow Jones was down 530 points. S&P down 65. NASDAQ down 190. And the small caps, the Russell, was down 50. So it was a pretty tough day today. Yields on the bonds on the 10-year were down, and on a 30-year, we could take a look at all the bonds here. The yield curve is still inverted. 30-year 368, 10-year 346, and then the front of the curve, you have the 2-year at 396, and 5-year 3.53, and rates have come down a lot, and they think that basically the Fed's gonna basically cut. The Fed funds rate is currently 4.25. I want to say 4.75, 4.75, and 5%. Fed funds rate is 4.25 to 5%. So yeah, that put some pressure today. Oil was up a little bit, and it's come back from its low of 64, and now we're at 70. Nat gas is at 220, and I think if it breaks $2 again, I think you pick up some UNG or some future contracts /QG or /NG if you can stomach those contracts. I think UNG is a better one to get into. I think it's a K1, so make sure you're aware of that. Gold up nice, even on rate hike talks, up 1%. One of the outperformers out there today. Silver up almost 0.75%, and copper is hanging around 4, which is a big. Dr. Copper is a big recessionary metal. The dollar was hit today. It fell pretty good today. I don't know if they have the dollar X. I don't think they have the chart for Dixie here. No, I don't think they do. I know it was 102 something. Let me see if I can put it up here for you guys. 102.33 right now at the moment, and it's trending lower. I think you guys that know watch channel. My last video, I always pretty much said the dollar's heading lower. What else? Crypto, Bitcoin's down 1,000. Ethereum down 65. They've had some good runs, and I think you'll still see some money going into the crypto space. Dow, the futures are up 84 on the Dow, 8 on the S&P, Nasdaq 0.15. We'll see what happens tomorrow. A lot of recession calls. We'll see if we test the October low. I think it was, can't remember what it was, but a lot of people are saying 3,500 easy. Market side dovish, Fed hike, but Powell's warning on credit spooked investors. Fed hikes rates by a quarter percentage point. Ukraine hit with a deadly strikes after China. Xi leaves Moscow. Zelensky visits frontline. This war has been going on for a year. Cruise robo-taxis block San Francisco Road after storm. Down trees, wires. GM has been down a lot. GM's down to 34. I mean, look at this 6-month chart. From 43 to 34. I got some suburban. Actually, sold a Yukon Denali for 66 plus. We have those for sale. Sold one now, wholesale. Big SUV. What else we got here? Number of insiders in the banking sector scoop up shares during crisis. That you have to be a member for that one. If you want to get into the financial sector instead of with the sell-off and the banking crisis, which I don't think it's over. I think there's more shoes to fall. You can always go KRE or XLF. KRE or XLF, so you don't have to be picking winners and losers. There's a basket of banking stocks. The Fed's forecast just one more rate hike this year. Trump grand jury live. Manhattan DA will bring panel back Thursday. What else? We'll go into the stocks and the futures here in a minute. I wasn't really that active today. I was waiting for the news. Looking at everything, there's really not much I want to own besides maybe, just if we keep falling, adding some SPY, adding some IWM, S&P, and small caps. Because there's a big overlap between the NASDAQ 100, no, the NASDAQ, the QQQ, and the S&P. You might as well just buy the S&P. And a lot of the stocks from the Dow Jones are in the SPY anyways. So that's why I probably stick more with the SPY and the IWM. And that's just a good way to get exposure to the broad market. If you want to get, I know energy is a small percentage of the S&P 500. You could pick up some energy, which I think is a good place to be in. You could pick up XOP or XLE, or you could pick up the futures. If you want nat gas, you can do UNG or you can do USO for oil. That's also a good play. I think there's some value there. Just trying to see what here in that lines. I mean, the whole news today was basically the hike and what's going on with the banking crisis. I recommend that you guys try and maybe watch Powell talk and other. You can watch it live somewhere on YouTube here, and so you can get an idea of what he was saying and formulate your own game plan. I think the UK's inflation report came out, and their inflation was like at 10% plus, and they only have interest rates at 4% there in the UK. So think inflation. The Fed says that I don't get it because they raised rates a quarter of a percentage point, but and another thing is that they printed $300 billion in 1 week, and they pretty much wiped out all the gains that they have made in their quantitative tightening or reducing their balance sheet in 1 week. So the printing of money is inflation. So why financial stability could be a bigger near-term risk than inflation. So we'll see what happens with the banks. Recent bank runs make Fed less worried about future inflation. Rate cuts are not in our base case. I heard him say that they're not cutting rates. The real cost to bring inflation to 2%, but the cost of failure is higher. I think if things get really bad, they will change the course. I just think they have no choice, but we'll see what happens. That's how I'm positioning myself, and I think you should too. More people carrying higher credit card balances. Try and be out of debt, guys. Have your side hustle. Trying to grow a channel here, so subscribe, like,
This
share.
is Real Time Insights. I'm here with Chris Smythe, EY America's
comment,
private equity leader. Chris, so good to have you here with us.
Give your feedback.
We know there's been a slowdown in deal activity in the
Sometimes
PE
trading
space,
and investing
but what sort
in
of action
finance
have you
is
been seeing?
Activity is down,
a
but deals are
lonely
still
world.
getting
Some
done.
people just like to.
We are advising clients who are using
be
M&A
passive
to
investors.
add to
Nothing wrong
existing
with that.
businesses.
I like being
Private equity has
engaged
also
and
developed a diversified
I do my
investment
passive
platform
investing in
with
my
things like
401k
credit
is
funds, which
passive,
are
and I
more
have it.
resilient in
I
the
have
current
all
market.
of my
As you
401k
look
in
forward,
in
what
foreign
can we expect?
I believe PE
exposure.
is going to be really
'Cause I
opportunistic
think the
in the
emerging
coming
markets
months.
will
They know
outperform
how to get deals done in a
the
challenging
United
environment.
States,
Where I expect
and
to see
most
increased
of it is
activity
in this one. This is the only
investments
one
in
I
public
have,
companies.
and I think
Niche
this
areas
will
like
make
infrastructure where government stimulus
new
has
highs
been having a favorable
eventually
impact.
as the dollar drops.
And then strategic partnerships
That's
with large
my
corporations.
2 cents on that. So I like emerging markets, and I like commodities. What else? Let's take a look at. That's enough on the news. Let's take a look at the Mr. Bar chart. Where's bar chart? Bar chart. Bar chart. And the futures, full list. The grains have been very, 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 very bad. Corn has been decimated. Soybeans has been destroyed. Wheat has been destroyed. All these grains have been destroyed, except it seems like oats are trying to find the bottom. They hit 329, but it's very, very thinly traded. I actually found a stock that maybe is correlated with oat, and with oat prices being pretty low, maybe they'll do a little bit better. Oatly, I think they do milk and stuff like that at the store. I like the energy sector. I like gas. So here we got natural gas and we got crude. I like them both. And you could probably play them better instead of these products. You could buy the XLE, XOP, or UNG or USO. Those are the ones I like. You guys know how I feel about gold and silver. Maybe you want to buy some copper. You can maybe buy the micro copper. You can buy FCX, Tech Resource, or maybe just buy some copper rounds. They're pretty cheap. Live cattle 156. Is that the live contract? Wow, that's gone down. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. I think that's the active contract. They probably got a 162.5 contract. Yeah, there it is, 162.5. I watch all of them. And cattle's been pretty firm, pretty solid, pretty fundamentally sound. Hogs have gotten destroyed. The front month is at 75, 76. I saw it hit 75. Yeah, 75.95 today. That thing has been destroyed. I mean, there's a lot of shorts in that contract. It's very volatile. I don't know who will benefit from lower pork prices. Maybe Tyson Foods. Maybe more margins for them. I don't know. I really don't study much of the, which I should, shame on me, but I need to read up more on cotton, coffee, sugar, just because I enjoy it. Lumber, orange juice. I drink a lot of orange juice to get vitamin C. Um, Here are the futures on the indexes and currencies. Well, I would assume that a lot of them. This keeps blurring on me. Sorry, guys. I keep pressing the wrong button. I don't know what I did here. Oh, dollar index. Full list. Currencies. I prefer gold. They have Bitcoin on the currencies and Ether. Interesting. They're up in after hours. Bitcoin's up 420. Ether's up 1650. The yen is up a little bit, and the dollar's down. Dollar's down to 101.95 on the June contract. And then financials, meaning interest rates. We talked about the bonds. We talked about the rates. So ZB is a 30 years. So if this is up, it means rates are down. And when they sell the bonds, rates go up. And I think that eventually the 10-year and the 30-year will go up eventually. But I've been wrong on that trade, and it cost me on that trade. It cost me some. They caught me some. I lost some there. All right, so let's see options and the most active option. Boom. Tesla down 6, Nvidia up 2, Apple down $1.45. So it looked like the chips had a better day. GameStop reported a better quarter. They were up 35%. So yeah, go and buy GameStop. Great long-term investment. I'm kidding, guys. But whatever. Maybe you think it is. Not a lot of green, as you can see. Carvana, wow. Carvana up 50 cents, 6%. Taiwan Semiconductor up a smidge. And Barrick Gold, a miner, up 1.75. But as you can see here, some red. First Republic Bank down 15. Still got an Iron Condor in there. See what happens with that one. Mara down 12. Lazar down 14. Riot down 10. Big percentages. PacWest down 17%. Uber down 4%. Upstart 7%. Nikola, that guy that pushed a truck down a road. Crazy. Manchester United, wow, up 6. Maybe somebody, I know there's speculation on them getting bought out. USB Bancorp down 7. I think Warren Buffett's in there, in that stock. He must be losing his you-know-what in that stock. Roku down 4. Zima Shipper up a little bit. First Majestic up a little bit, 8%. They got destroyed yesterday. They were down like 25% because they closed the mine. But the mine wasn't profitable, I heard Peter Schiff saying. So maybe that was a good idea for them to do that. Why? My fat finger keeps hitting the wrong button. What else do we got here? Not much, just a sea of red. You know the theme. You know what I think. I think emerging markets. Obviously, if you want to invest for the long haul, maybe buy a little bit of SPY and IWM. These are the most active ETFs. I do like gold and silver. You can either buy the physical or buy GLD and SLV, or go into the micros contracts in the futures. You could do that too if you're approved for that. Love emerging markets. Like the energy sector, XLE, XOP. And I think that's pretty much it right now. Emerging, commodities, energy. And that's where I'm at right now. And, if you want to add some SPY the IWM for long term on these big pullbacks. Be my guest. There's nothing wrong with that. That's for the long haul. You want to have a little bit part of your Beetle was down 6% today. You want to put, 3 to 5% of your portfolio. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I think is a smart strategy for the long haul and in this environment. May put 3-5% in Beetle and Ether. They have ETHE as a grayscale ETF for Ethereum and Beetles for Bitcoin. And I think that's where you need to be. If you want to play interest rates, you could do TLT and TBT. TLT is the long part of the yield curve to go up, or TBT for it to go down, or vice versa. TLT is long and TBT is to go down. I like UNG for long haul. I think that gas prices will come back up. KWeb is not a bad Chinese internet exposure play. Those some value in some of those names, and you don't have to pick one specific name. You could just get that basket and get exposure to that. I do like GDX and GDXJ as the miners as well on this list of ETFs. Well, anyways, I hope this was a helpful video. I hope you had a good day in the market, and if not, just stay focused, keep your head up, and stay in for the long haul, and try and get out a dollar denominated asset, I can't even say it. I can't say it. Just change your dollars for gold and silver and some of these ETFs that I'm bringing to you in this channel, so you can protect your purchasing power and make some money. Anyways, have a good night and see you in the next video. Bye bye.